Williams sisters, reigning Wimbledon and Olympic gold medal champions. Hello everyone, Kevin Skinner alongside Elise Bergen. It's going to be a match that we expect the Williams to just come out firing, and why not? They have been so impressive this year in doubles, playing, as we mentioned, on the grass courts of the All England Club and capturing glory. 4 gold medal per Williams sister. It's been impressive. Venus Williams lost last night to Angelique Kerber in a very exciting match. She's back on the court with her sister Serena, who is still in the singles draw and has been motoring through. Elise, she's looked impressive, and when you put them side by side, they can be devastating.
Yes, and they're virtually unbeatable. If you think of their record together, when they play, which has been rare and pretty much has been in Grand Slams throughout their careers, they are pretty much unbeatable. So I always feel for the seeds that get them early in the draw, and these two are the seeded pair, Mladenovic and Ignacic.
Yeah, you got Kristina Mladenovic, who was in the singles draw as well, the 19-year-old, 37th in the world. They are the 15-seeded team, and you almost have to feel sorry for them in some regard. Claudia Jan Ignacic, the 27-year-old, 8 years senior to her partner, but finds herself at number 29 in the world. And for them to pair up and try to find a way to beat this American duo in the American Slam after riding such a win streak as the Williams sisters enjoyed, you have to think that this is an uphill task.
Yeah, it most definitely is, but these two have actually played well together. They won a title this summer in Canada, so they both can definitely play. Ignacic has some very good doubles results in her career. She's older than her partner. She's 28 years old, been around for a while, mostly as a doubles specialist, but for Mladenovic, having done a couple of her singles matches, she has a lot of potential as a serve and volleyer, can serve and volley quite well. So I don't expect them to fare too brilliantly against the Williams sisters, but they're players who know how to play doubles, and if they just stick to the basics, they can certainly compete.
Mladenovic was, as I mentioned, in the singles draw. She's been ousted. She lost to the 11-seed Marion Bartoli earlier today, as the Croatian Maria Cicak is in the chair. She'll handle the umpire duties for the afternoon. So Mladenovic trying to avoid the double ousting on this 5th day of the U.S. Open. Mentioned Venus Williams' performance last night against Angelique Kerber, taking the German to 3 sets. It was one of the few matches on Arthur Ashe Stadium we've seen over the first 5 days. It was actually really much of a contest and was actually thrilling.
It was electrifying, absolutely, and Venus had so many chances, but I give Kerber so much credit because Venus was so aggressive, and Kerber
handled everything she gave her.
Oh my gosh, I mean, how she just handles the power, she handles pace that comes at her, and she gets down so low and somehow counter punches enough and then has enough power in her own right that she makes life very difficult for most players these days.
Serena Williams, the only player amongst the 4 remaining in the singles draw. She prepares for her match tomorrow versus Ekaterina Makarova, getting past Martinez Sanchez yesterday with ease, 6-2, 6-4, and has just continued the barrage against opponents, bringing the best serve in women's tennis along with that supreme power. And all right, so everybody's served twice. We have had no breaks. Things just proceeding along nicely. Elise Bergen, let's put you in the hot seat. Is there anything you can see there's a vulnerability one of these two teams needs to try to exploit? Doesn't appear that there's a whole lot here between the two teams. You got to give credit to the 15 seeds where it's due, with just hanging right in.
Well, number one, they do not have the serves that Venus and Serena have, and in terms of quickness at the net, Venus and Serena have it there, but overall they're just playing a nice solid match. Just a half-hearted attempt there.
Faulty love.
Even Serena has a smile, impressing herself and those inside Arthur Ashe as we remain on serve opening set. A little extra time being taken by Serena Williams on the changeover. She was attended to by a primary healthcare physician who came out and offered what looked to be like a toe sock. On her right foot, she was already wearing sort of a fabric that seemed to keep the big toe and the second toe on the foot from rubbing together. Well, Serena said, "I'd like another one of those, please." Has herself remedied and ready to receive serve from Kristina Mladenovic.
And there aren't too many tennis players that can be foot models. Because of
all
what
the stopping and starting.
Yes, yes. The tennis players' feet are usually not glamorous, but Serena can model clothes and other things, but I don't think the feet. It's just, well.
I can only imagine that's what it was. The sort of the big toe and the second toe covered with sort of material that prevents from chafing, I would imagine. Oh, taking it off the backside.
Just lucky it wasn't that hard. Yeah, I'll try to make it feel a little better. And that's your always.
Sorry,
when you do that to your partner, having done it to a partner where I got a return late and just smacked her in the back of the head. Thank goodness I really couldn't hit that hard. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you offered a nice consolation or sort of apology.
Gave her all our prize money from that event. But
I'll give you 51%.
Yeah. Well, Venus made the right move, just got tangled up. But your feet are smashing in the front of the shoe, and it just.
Yeah, and couple that with the welcome relief that the shadow is providing across Arthur Ashe Stadium court. Because it has been a very hot day, and that sunlight beating down on that dark surface, that'll elevate the temperatures. That's another area your feet are going to take a beating.
That's yours.
Well, I was thinking that you look at Mladenovic, who's very young. She's got a really nice service motion, has a lot of potential on that serve, good feeling on the volley. That's why you see her starting to make a move in singles. Got to that third.
Yes.
And look where Serena went. She didn't go, she didn't take it cross court, she just hit it very hard right down the middle, taking.
Well, Serena's going to get her shot to grab the first break point of the match. And the return at the feet of Mladenovic nets the Williams sisters just that.
Advantage, Williams.
And it gets them to set point. Tight. Mladenovic can offer a second serve to Venus Williams. And double vaults away the set. The only break comes late in the 10th game, but it gives the Williams the lead. Second round coverage of the 2012 U.S. Open. On Twitter.
You know, any part of the racket right now.
Whatever it takes.
The top
of that handle.
Racket, it doesn't matter. It worked, and she's smiling.
Yeah, this has been domination in this set by the Williams. They've won twice as many points as the 15 seeds. 18-9. Serena in action tomorrow as she takes on Ekaterina Makarova. Just missing wide with a forehand. Half chance of 15-30 for the 15 seeds. Serena will be second on Arthur Ashe Stadium during the day session, not before 1 p.m. local time tomorrow, as the holiday weekend begins. Labor Day, a 3-day weekend with most Americans having Monday off. These two Americans most certainly would not. The weekend will not be theirs if they can prove through and move on to the third round. And of course, Serena, as I already mentioned, in action tomorrow at 1 p.m. She has that down, and that is ridiculous. That's the second time today she's just been able to roll the ball on the face of the racket, hang on to it, get some top spin, and the incredible angle.
Yep, and this is why she's so good in that ad court, because she can just paralyze you. She can paralyze you, wiggle off pace.
And you can see the toll that these last 6 games have taken on.
It's interesting, this generation of tennis players, the two-handed backhand, they use the offhand. For Serena, she uses that left hand so well and can really create that little angle.
Game, Williams.
And it's just one game separating the Williams from the third round, as they put the emphasis on the second set and are looking to stamp out the hopes of Ignatic and Mladenovic. One game on the board, and avoid being completely dismissed in the second set without thought or care by the Williams.
Love 15.
And a wry smile from Venus as she realizes they're...
But think back to when we saw Venus serve that first service game. You thought, this could be trouble, because these two are pretty good and they're playing very well. She got through that first service game and then realized they are pretty good. I'm going to have to pick up the pace next time around, and that's all she wrote.
Lopez.
The Williams just finding a little extra, a little shift up the gear. And that proved to be enough to give them distance and speed away. Danger as Serena stalks the baseline on a second serve. And looking to go down the line, Mladenovic can't control the pass. And it's triple match point. Coming at you, Serena says, oh, I should have been ready for that. And that'll do it.
Williams. 2 sets to love. 6-4, 6-love.
The Wimbledon champs and gold medalists continue to move through unobstructed as they pick up a straight set 6-4, 6-love victory over the 15 seeds. And Elise Bergen, it was as if they really found that, okay, we can cruise for a while, but we got to raise it just one level up. Just all we need to do is take one step up and we'll be able to move through.
Well, once they reach that second gear, complete domination, and it's nice to see Venus come out after that heartbreaking loss last night and seem to be in good spirits. Played a solid match, and now they're through. And these two, you just think that they're unstoppable unless something physical happens to one or the other. But if they're both physically feeling good, how do you beat them? You don't.
Well, you don't. And 4 breaks for the Williams sisters. Remember, it was 4-all in the opening set when the floodgates opened, and it was just too much for Jens Ignacic and Mladenovic to be able to keep up. The winners to errors ratio +3 for the Williams. That's a superlative day. And they never got a look to the 15 seeds at either Serena or Venus's serve. So when it all came down to it, it was just overmatched, too much class, and the talent level too high.
Haven't played doubles in a while. You start at Wimbledon, you win there, and then you win your 3rd gold medal. How special has it been to play now in front of your home crowd?
It's good. You know, Venus and I really love playing here, and this is our first time playing at the Open in a long time, so we're really happy to be back. And we love playing with each other.
Yes, Serena's the best partner I could have. I was born with a partner, thank God. It's great to play in front of the New York crowd again.
And Venus, you actually had a tough match earlier this morning. How difficult was it to go to sleep and regroup to be able to come out and play as well as you did today?
Yeah, I had a tough match, but at the same time, I want to win this match, so I had to put it behind me and get ready for another win. I'm glad we got it today.
And because you guys have had some injuries, I noticed that you haven't played that many tournaments. So how do you connect on the court to be able to pick it up and play so well so fast?
Our first 2 matches were tough at Wimbledon. We were really trying to get our groove back. I think after that we were able to play better, and we had to play tough opponents. So I think that helped us because we had no other choice but to play better.
And Venus, you showed a lot of sportsmanship today. It was a big point, first set, 3-4. The ball sort of clipped you, and you admitted it. How important is it to be a good role model and be that sporting?
Well, that's important to me because I've played matches where my opponents haven't admitted it, and when you clip it, you feel it. So I don't want to be like those players. So if I didn't win the point, I didn't win the point.
Well, it was so nice to see. And finally, Serena, what would it mean to win another Grand Slam title? I believe it would be your 14th and your 3rd U.S. Open.
14th?
14th major, and it would be your 3rd U.S. Open.
It would be great. I lost count.
It's so many. I guess that's a good thing.
No, it would be really, really good. I would love that. We haven't played here in so many years, so it would be really special.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Venus and Serena Williams.
U.S. Women's Olympic